Hey, good morning, everybody. Listen, this is Wednesday, June 3rd, and tomorrow is a big day. We're going to have a science quiz. Should be nice and easy, though. We're going to have a spelling test. We're going to have a math test all tomorrow. So today, we're going to do a lot of practice and review. And here are some of the science questions we want to make sure we understand. Let's get started. The brightest object in the sky is what? Is the bird the brightest, the sun the brightest, the moon, or the clouds? Which item would you say is up in the sky that's the very brightest thing we've ever seen? Sure, if you said it's the sun, you're right. It's so bright it would hurt us to look directly at it, wouldn't it? Where does the sun rise in the morning? Remember that we said every single morning, the sun begins the day low in the sky. Where? In the north, the south, the east, or the west? Who remembers? Who remembers? Did you say east? Sun rises in the east. Then it rises way up high in the sky, right? Sunrise is when what happens? Sunrise is when the sun first appears in the sky. Sunrise is when the sun appears to leave the sky. Sunrise is when the sun's rays are blocked by the moon. No, but that does happen sometimes. That is something else. Or is sunrise when the sun is at its very highest point in the sky during the day? I think we said when the sun is at the very highest, that's kind of lunchtime. That's not sunrise. Which one is sunrise? When the sun is leaving the sky or when it first shows up or appears in the sky? Yeah, if you picked A, you are right. Sunrise is when we first see the sun appear in the morning. So then when is sunset? Sunset is when the sun first appears. No, we just said that sunrise, didn't we? Sunset is when the sun appears to leave the sky. Sunset is when the sun is blocked by the moon. Or sunset is when the sun is at its highest point in the sky during the day. Again, that highest point is lunchtime, also called midday. We wouldn't have sunset if it is at the highest point. And here's that blocking the sun with the moon thing. That's called an eclipse. If Mom or Dad has time to show you, I bet you could find a really cool YouTube video about a solar eclipse where the moon blocks the sun. So is sunset when we first see the sun appear or when the sun appears to leave? If you said B, the sun seems like it's leaving, you are correct. And then we have a bonus question. Ready? The sun is what? It's a star, a moon, a cloud, or a planet. Remember we said this on the very first day. The sun is a star. Just like all the other stars we see in the sky, it just looks bigger and brighter because it's closer to us than the other ones. In fact, it takes 8 minutes for sun's light to get to us here on Earth. That must mean the other stars are really, really far if it takes 8 minutes just to get sunlight here. It seems like sunlight shows up quickly, doesn't it? All right. So, once again, I just want to share this with you. Let's just pretend that you did not get to do the sundial activity yesterday, okay? If you did not, because the weather was bad or you didn't have time, make your sundial today. Remember, you could if you have a sandbox, you could put a stick in the sandbox and watch what happens to the shadow. Go outside and look after breakfast, again after lunch, and then again right before dinner, and see if that shadow has moved. Write down what time it was here when you went and draw me what the shadow picture looked like. If you don't have a sandbox, just make one, maybe a paper plate and a straw. Poke the straw right through the middle and see but when you take it outside, you'll need to weigh it down with a rock or something, right? So it doesn't blow away. All right. We are also going to be having a math test tomorrow. So it's going to be your job today to notice whether or not you think you know these answers. So let's be really careful, okay? Read this word with me. Cone, cube, cylinder. Remember Y after C makes it sound like an S. And rectangular prism. All we need to do is draw lines from the word to the shape, okay? Down here, is this shape called cylinder or cube? Circle the answer. Count how many faces and vertices you see. Okay, parents, keep an eye on your student while your child is your student right now, yes. Keep an eye on them. Make sure that it seems like they know the name of the shape and they understand that the faces are the flat parts and the vertex or vertices are the corners, okay? This is saying, look at these faces. Let's pretend these are the flat faces of a shape. If I built them all up into a 3D shape, would it look like this bucket, this cone, or this tissue box? Okay, same here. If I had just traced one of these shapes, which one of them would make a circle, right? And then when I look for the blocks that were used to build this composite shape, make sure that I can name each shape, okay? Read these carefully. We're looking only for the shapes that have 4 faces or more. If it has only 1 face or 2 faces, can we circle that one? No, it must have at least 4 faces or more. Now, if I have 6 square sides and I build them all up into a 3D shape and all the faces are squares, which of these shapes would I make? We have to remember the difference, don't we? And then this one's a riddle, okay? The shape is talking to us and giving us some clues. See if you can figure out which shape he is. And then we just have a few back here. Again, parents, please have your child practice naming each shape and telling you how they know it's different, right? So the cube is different from the rectangular prism because the cube doesn't have any rectangular faces. The cube has only square faces. So make sure that your child does understand the difference. All right? Then we have another bicycle safety video to watch, and I will put the link for this right into the class story. Then, if you chose to do the sundial activity today, go out and check your shadow again, and then come back in for a snack or some lunch, and we will do some spelling practice when you get back. Take care, Super Kids. See you after lunch.